The Global Church Planning Network Acts 29 launched the plan in an effort to start and grow gospel-centered churches in Hispanic and urban communities, a move that comes at a time when America's Latino population continues booming growth.
Because the Great Commission says go to all nations.
As leader of the initiative, Pastor Doug Logan wants to focus on unity as well as diversity.
What it's going to reflect is God's heart for the lost of all nations. When we begin to reflect that, and we don't have a messianic complex where we think our culture is elevated over other cultures, and we realize we sit under the living God who levels the playing field because sin has leveled us and grace has brought us into family and relationship, we then can begin leading the way in displaying the manifold beauty of the family of God.
After a year of racial stress across America, the movement comes at a most opportune time.
Right now, we're in such a tense situation where everybody is so picky about definitions and words. But as a church and as people of God, we are called to love each other. And that's the way the world will know that we are his people, if we love each other despite our differences.
Pastor Chuy Rodriguez of DC's Redemption Hill Church will head up Acts 29 Espanol.
There is a great need. As we all know, the Hispanic population specifically, which is the area that I'm in charge of, continues to grow in the United States. If I'm not mistaken, in the last census, there were close to 60 million Hispanics in the U.S.
An opportunity, he says, is ripe for the church to reach this community. According to Pew Research, 85% of Latinos share a belief in God, and many are turning to Spanish-speaking churches. In 2019, Lifeway surveyed leaders from more than 200 new Hispanic church works from 14 Protestant denominations. 94% of its leaders were Hispanic.
Almost every single Latino country in the world is represented in the United States. And we have a prime opportunity to teach them, to train them, to disciple them, and to show them the gospel so that they can be light wherever they go.
With help from the Richmond-based Grimke Seminary, Hispanic pastors will be trained in biblical clarity, cultural engagement, and Acts 29 plans to fully support them in the outreach effort. Part of that requires specific reading in each class and pursuing a diverse faculty and staff.
I believe that a partnership between a church planting network and a seminary that is allowing and intentionally having courses for minorities is probably the perfect match for the next generation of pastors.
Pastors focused on leading all to what matters most.
That we want to have an authentic mission and movement to the least, the last, and the lost of any race.
Charlene Aaron, CBN News.